Hi, everyone. Welcome to the New Year's Eve edition of the Weird World Podcast.
It's New Year's Day.
Yes,
Carrie,
it is.
not New Year's Eve. And was that Kermit the Frog? Or what was going on with the voice there? That was weird. Yes, welcome to our New Year's, our strange and unusual New Year's episode. I haven't done that in a long time.
I wasn't sure you'd catch that.
I did. So today, we're going to start with, mostly we're going to look at kind of unusual New Year's oriented celebrations across the world and including in the US.
Okay.
We don't want to be ethnocentric. We're going to start with just some big things that happen on New Year's Day and then some New Year's fun facts, which get weird. I'll show you why in a minute. And then we'll talk about the most unusual celebrations from around the world. There's a shit ton of articles about that all over the interwebs. We'll try to bring you some of the highlights of that kind of stuff.
I've seen none of these types of
If
articles.
you Google
Yeah.
weird things in New Year's or something like that, which I clearly did, then yeah, you get just way too many articles. Most are fairly repetitive. Start with some things that happen on New Year's. Did you know in 404,
We're going way
the
back
year
now.
404, going way back, on January 1 in 404 was the first gladiatorial competition. I'm sorry, the last gladiatorial competition in Rome. In Rome was the last one, 404.
I'm
After
a little
that-
bit skeptical of the actual record keeping in 404
Oh,
that
no.
we know for certain.
Oh, the Romans were very, very good at record keeping. And
What'd they do? Carve it onto a slate like they did in the Flintstones?
Carrie.
What?
Don't you be bad mouthing the Roman Empire in terms of its organizational skills.
Was there papyrus by then?
Yeah, long before then, but I don't think they used that. Anyway, in 1772, to get a little more modern for you, on April 1. Did I say April 1?
Yeah,
January 1. Oops. January 1, the first traveler's checks were issued.
Wow.
They were available to be used in 90 European cities, and they were issued in London.
Wow.
So you can get a traveler's check in 1772 that could be used in 90 cities out there.
It had to be, it doesn't mean specific to each city. It just means you can use this in any one of 90
Someone was
cities.
was in those cities willing to accept these traveler's checks, I guess.
Interesting.
I know. I didn't know they went back that far. We were just talking about that because
We were.
traveler's checks,
Are not really a thing anymore, I don't think.
they must be a thing.
Why?
But you just don't see them. I don't know. It just seems like they're still a thing.
Well, Applebee's won't accept them, so don't bother people.
Applebee's. Oh. Because Carrie saw a sign at Applebee's.
No personal or traveler's checks accepted.
That's true. In 1808, in January 1, the United States banned the importation of slaves. I know. So for a long time, there almost 60 more years, we had slavery without any importation.
Well,
Although I'm sure
they
got
didn't really
around it.
need to import them because they were homegrown them.
Yes, and I'm sure they
be.
probably also had some smuggling going on, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
In 1901, in January 1, guess what country came to be born?
1901?
Yes, January 1. It made it official.
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Australia.
Cuba.
Or Aussie, oi.
Really?
Yes.
That late?
I know. They were like some kind of a quasi-independent, I want to say, I don't know. Our
A
Australian
Commonwealth or
listeners
something like that?
tell us, but this is when they combined the states of New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, Tasmania, and Western Australia confederated to become the Commonwealth of Australia in 1901.
Oh, so they are a Commonwealth.
Yes.
currently.
I mean, but this is when they're truly completely 100% independent from Britain. They still have a governor general and the Queen is on the money and stuff like that. But since
When did they become a Commonwealth of Australia?
1901. Before
Oh.
that, they were a territory, I think.
Oh,
Although I think they had some, I don't know, let's not make this an Australian history
They
lesson.
were always basically the property, I'm using air quotes there, of Britain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 1908, last one, January 1, was the first ball drop in Times Square in New York City to signify the new year coming in.
Huh.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Bizarre
In a few
custom.
minutes. Yeah. Now, some fun facts from New Year's. I got this in an article, so I wanted to see what are some significant things about New Year's Day. And there's obvious things like how many people do resolutions and stuff like that, right? Whatever. Just some kind of fun facts about New Year's. So I found this article, and it seemed like just a normal article at first. And indeed, the first items on this little list from this, I won't name the website because I'm going to make fun of it in a minute. It got weirder and stranger as the list went on to the point where I don't know if the writer of this article was grounded in reality terribly well. So I don't know how true any of these things are, but it's things like, okay, so the celebration of New Year's goes back 4,000 years, which is what this thing said. It says Julius Caesar, the emperor of Rome, was the first to declare January 1 a national holiday. I think those two things aren't intended to be the same thing because they're about almost 2,000 years apart. So I think this is bad writing.
Yeah.
But Julius Caesar, much later, it had to be like 46 BC or something like that, declared January 1 to be a national holiday. Julius Caesar also gave January its name, named after the god Janus, who was the famous two-sided two heads facing one facing the other, which makes really a lot of sense, right? Because January facing back toward the past year and facing toward the new year. Pretty good idea, Julius. Yeah. Smart guy. 45% of Americans make New Year's resolutions. Okay, I expected to see that in this list. That's legit.
Do you?
Not any formal sense.
I never have ever.
What are some top New Year's resolutions out there?
I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to eat more vegetables.
Okay.
I'm going to drink more water.
You got it. How about lose weight?
Well, I was saying that without saying that, but yeah.
Get organized.
Oh, yes.
Spend
definitely.
less and save more.
Sure.
And I don't know how old this is. Quit smoking.
Oh.
Because in America, most people who want to quit smoking already have.
I was going to say, dump that guy and...
Dump that guy?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you present company accepted, I assume. So the next one on this list was many people about champagne. Like everybody drinks champagne on New Year's, of course. 360 million glasses of some form of sparkling wine are consumed on New Year's every day in America, every January 1st in America. And that tradition dates back to the 17th century. It says when the cork was invented. And I think that's true. I don't think sparkling wine was possible until the cork was invented. I'm guessing that's what they meant by that.
Yeah, probably.
So again, this list seems, okay, that's fine. Then it starts getting a little weird, though. It says a tradition for New Year's is to eat leafy greens. Not a resolution.
Right.
That's a tradition.
On New Year's, huh?
Yes, tradition says that more leafy greens a person eats, the more prosperity in the new year that person will get. Tradition also says that legumes bring prosperity because beans and peas look like coins.
Yeah.
It says no wonder why so many people eat black-eyed peas on January 1. What the fuck are they talking about? Is that a thing?
It might be like in the South.
Okay.
But guess what I had for lunch today?
What'd you have?
Some leafy greens.
Did you have some leafy greens?
Yeah.
Did you have black-eyed peas?
No.
Which are actually beans.
But I added extra spinach to my salad.
Okay. Well, I thought that was weird, but
Well,
maybe not.
so
Maybe it's
I'm
something that's common elsewhere.
Waiting for the prosperity
No,
to
yeah,
start
for sure.
rolling in tomorrow.
But is it really? Do people really eat those things because they think it's going to bring them prosperity?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's true.
That could be why it started.
Okay.
And it gets to the point where people don't know why they're eating black-eyed peas or
Maybe
leafy
so.
greens.
I'm not 1,000,000% sure that's a true thing, though, considering the source.
Yeah.
Next one says, remember the last scene when Harry met Sally, when Harry references a song after he and Sally kiss? So that's the setup. It wants you to guess what that's what that song was. You know what that song was?
No.
Auld Lang Syne.
Old Lang Syne.
Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
So it thinks we, the reader, need the reference to when Harry met Sally to know I've heard about Auld Lang Syne, because otherwise we've never heard that song. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Remember that? Otherwise you would have no idea what I'm talking about, right? No, we would know what the fuck Auld Lang Syne is, idiot.
Yeah.
So I'm being a little bit, but it's just such a weird way to present that. The next one was, okay, ready? Remember, this is an article about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Okay.
If Santa is the most common symbol associated with Christmas, then baby New Year is the symbol most commonly associated with...
What holiday?
Easter. Independence Day. Oh, and then it says, yep, you guessed it, New Year's Day, exclamation point. That's insane.
That's hilarious.
Am I wrong? It's like, no shit. And then the next one about baby New Year. Myth states that he matures into an old man during the year. What's happening at this point? This is when I'm reading the article and saying, what's happening? This person might be, it's a cry for help.
So by December 30th, he dies and we get a new baby?
Is that how it works?
I don't
And
know.
is that really a tradition that we assume the baby is getting old all year long and dies and it's some natural speeded up aging process?
I did never assume that about the baby getting old. But
Neither have I.
yeah.
It says you should make sure to be surrounded by family or loved ones on New Year's Eve, which is fine. That's great. It says because if a couple celebrating New Year's together does not kiss, the future of the relationship might be Splitsville. I swear to God. I think this article is written by people in a cult. Splitsville. But is that a tradition?
Kissing, yes.
No, but tradition, because otherwise in the new year, you're going to get divorced.
No.
No one thinks that. No one says these things. I'm not sure. This is what made me worry about the leafy greens. And
but
the Black
also,
Eyed Peas.
here's the thing. Why are you supposed to kiss somebody? It's almost, and from what I see in popular culture, TVs and movies, it's like it doesn't matter who you kiss.
Yeah, that is weird.
You just got to kiss the person next to you.
Yeah, that's a seriously creepy.
So it didn't have anything to do with Splitsville.
According to this cult.
I guess everybody's doing it wrong on TV and the movies.
The website, it's some kind of a child care company. Again, I'm hesitant to say the name of the website. I thought it was a USA Today article.
Yeah.
So the word today was in the website, and I just wasn't looking close enough. And I'm reading this thing going, this is nuts.
Why does a childcare website have articles?
It was weird. And then the last one is, according to statistics from the Crime Bureau, vehicles are stolen on New Year's Day more than any other holiday. And so
everybody's drunk.
Is that why?
Yeah, nobody can get out and chase you.
So the last sentence in this little paragraph is, to discourage car theft, make sure your car is in a populated area and always take your keys. because most people park in meadows and leave their keys in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, very sage advice. Thank you for that weird cult website.
I saw a Ring video last night, as a matter of fact, New Year's Eve. Somebody posted it where, warning everybody, this guy, came to my house and their Ring camera caught it. He just walked into the house and then looked around, turned around and walked away. And he was looking around as he walked out. Clearly the man had the wrong house.
Yeah. Okay. He's probably trying to find a party.
And also, she said they were sitting there with their whole hanging out with their whole family. He walked in, looked at everybody startled, and left. So her warning is: lock your doors.
Because a home invader / kindly stranger might accidentally walk into your house.
Yeah, but lock your doors. We needed that video to tell us to lock our doors.
Social media has been used to make people much more worried than they would be every day.
Because that was so dangerous. That man.
That's man who clearly just walked into the house. So now we'll talk about some strange and unusual New Year's Day or New Year's Eve festivities and traditions around the country. Then we'll do a few in the United States. The ones from around the country are vastly more interesting.
Around the world.
Around the world. So the first one brings us to Ecuador, where they speak. The language is called Ecuadorian, according to my mom. So,
wait, our oldest daughter had a foreign exchange student who was from Ecuador.
Does that make it okay?
Grandma
she
Nancy
thought they spoke Ecuadorian.
Wanted to know how they communicated because he spoke Ecuadorian.
Oh my God! He speaks Ecuadorian. He's bilingual. He spoke.
What was
Ecuadorian.
that kid's name again?
I don't know. So in Ecuador, to banish any ill fortune that might happen that happened the past year. So past tense, what they do is they burn things like photographs and things, and they'll make scarecrows filled with paper and they'll burn it at midnight on New Year's Eve. And the idea is that they are washing away, burning out the bad things from the past year, the bad ill happenings that happened in the last year. And one article that I read about this says, which leads us to believe that New Year is just a thinly veiled excuse for Ecuadorian pyromaniacs to set things on fire. Ha ha, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. The only comment for this entire article, which was a lot of different things, was from Star 638 said, I disagree when you say that Ecuadorian people are pyromaniacs to set things on fire. They have an area exclusively reserved to burn the monigotes. So I looked at monogotes or monogotes, and it's like a effigy. I think it says literally, if you do it on Google, it says ragdoll. But I think the sense is effigy. But we would say the connotation is effigy. So this person from the department of not getting the joke comes the one and only comment. And apparently this tradition may have originated in Guayaquil, mispronounced, which is the capital of, which is the largest city, I believe, in Ecuador, but not the capital.
Quito, the capital?
Yeah. And that in 1895, there's a big yellow fever epidemic. And so they packed coffins with clothes of the deceased and burnt them for purification. And that may have given rise to this tradition of burning scarecrows and things like that.
Yikes.
Now let's travel off to the lovely Philippine Islands in the Pacific Ocean. There, apparently there is this round idea. The idea of something round is reminiscent of coins, so it's the idea that it brings prosperity. And apparently, according to this article, in the Philippines, the New Year is all about, hey, let's make more money this next year. It's about money and prosperity. And so they try to do as many things with round things as possible on New Year's Day. They try to eat round food. They wear round clothes.
What are round clothes?
Well, like polka dots. Design would be on your clothes are very, very popular.
Okay.
And I guess they eat a lot of pizza, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Pancakes, I'm guessing, things like that. I think the Philippines are huge on pizza and pancakes, I imagine. And they also sometimes will keep a lot of coins in their pocket and constantly jangle them, believing that keeps the money flowing, as opposed to just being super, super irritating to anybody you're around. So that's the Philippine tradition.
Okay.
Let's go over to Denmark. Let's hit Northern Europe, where they're all about breaking shit.
Oh.
Plates, crockery, stuff like that. So what you do on New Year's Eve, apparently, is you wake up and I guess, any unused plates that you save them throughout the year. I think I get the idea. Plates you're thinking about getting rid of anyway. You'll save them, and on New Year's Eve, you'll take all those plates and you'll walk around your village or your town or your city, and you'll hurl them at the front doors of friends and family and shatter them against those front doors.
I don't.
That's what they do in
agree
Denmark.
With this one.
Why not?
It's very wasteful.
It is very wasteful. Well, assuming that these were plates they're going to throw out anyway.
Who throws out plates? You don't throw plates away.
Apparently people. No. How about paper plates? How about they can glide paper plates?
Well, that wouldn't work.
No, that wouldn't work.
Maybe if they were chipped and not usable anymore.
Maybe that's it.
Perhaps.
Let's go with that.
But just ones that you don't like anymore because they don't go with your new decor, maybe.
So you're mainly angry at Denmark for ruining perfectly good plates.
Well, it's not an ecologically sound practice.
It's really not. I imagine. I think I read somewhere that now that it's become a much more urban area, a lot more people live in cities. It's kind of hard to do.
Okay.
You don't go down your hallway in your apartment building and smash plates against your neighbor's door. That's kind of rude.
Yes.
Spain has something about eating 12 grapes.
Oh.
I know, that's a little weird, but I read two different versions of it. The first version is that it's like a challenge on New Year's Eve, and you're supposed to stuff 12 grapes into your mouth.
Oh.
One for every ring of the bell.
Yeah.
And that if you're able to do so, you have good luck for the year.
Yeah, I like that one.
But I guess it makes it sound like that's harder than you think. To get 12 grapes. I guess it depends on
depends on how big your mouth is.
Also sounds like a huge choking hazard if you ask me.
Yes, young children should not be doing this at all.
Gary, in a mom mode. You kids, if you're listening to this. So, I don't know. Another version said clearly the same version, and it started in Spain, but it's also practiced in, I guess, some Latin American countries. And the idea is that you eat 12 grapes, one for every toll of the bell at midnight on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So, which seems like when you go, num 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 swallow, num num swallow, because ding ding whatever.
Sure.
You want to get a clock that has a really spaced out tolls.
Yeah.
But the thing said the favored way is to take a bite, then swallow the grape halves whole. The fuck does that mean? Are you biting? Why would you bite it in half and then swallow two? Just eat the goddamn grape on each toll, dude. That makes no sense.
It's not that hard to eat grapes pretty fast.
It's not that hard to eat grapes. So what is this strategy, this technique? Biting in half. I don't know. It's weird. Supposedly, the tradition goes back to 1909 when grape growers in Alicante in Spain, I think it's a province in Spain, said that they came up with the idea
to sell a lot of grapes.
Literally, that's true. They had a bumper crop of grapes that year. It's like, we got to sell more grapes this year. It's going to go to waste. So they came up with this idea.
Yeah.
It's like early TikTok, which a lot of those TikTok things. Hey, you guys should do this. You should buy Hormel brand stew and see if you can shove the whole can in your goddamn mouth. A lot of TikTok things, I'm sure, are just they're
really?
Essentially commercials Right? A lot of these little things. You don't think that's being taken advantage of by marketing people. I'll guarantee you it
I
is.
don't know because I'm actually not
same.
on TikTok. But I mean, it just seems like
Let's-
they're always dangerous ones, like the cinnamon
yeah.
challenge or
Yeah.
eating Tide Pods.
I'm
or-
saying, I bet you there's a lot out there that marketing D-bags are
Yeah.
trying to push out there, just like the
I don't
vine
know.
growers of Alicante in 1909.
we don't have Emma, our resident
Yes.
social media expert, to
Yeah,
tell us.
That's on her. We'll ask her later.
Yeah.
Another one, I'm going to mispronounce it, is in Peru, is called the Takanaqui Festival.
Probably wrong.
No idea
but-
if that's how it's pronounced. It is every end of December, New Year's Eve. Friends allegedly face off in a ring and kick the shit out of each other.
Oh, nice.
Bare knuckled
Wait, where is this?
in Peru.
Okay.
They'll bare knuckled fighting. They said it's overseen by a local policeman, quote unquote. And
Make
that,
sure it doesn't get out of hand.
I guess, and that the word literally means when the blood is boiling.
Nice.
So the idea is that they're like friendly fights. It's like friends, but and it represents a fresh start of the year, quote
Okay.
unquote, which doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
But how? Hey, buddy, let's beat the shit out of each other
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve. Agreed. Sounds fun.
Hey,
Nothing bad could happen from that.
in case you didn't know, there's this function in Google where you can find out how to pronounce a word.
I know there is. Time was of the essence.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think it's going to have Takanqui.
Why not?
I don't know. I think it's not Spanish, by the way. I think it's like Quechua or something like that. It's native.
You're saying it
it's-
with a French
it's-
accent.
I say almost everything with a French accent eventually. So, Japan. We're going all over the place here.
Yeah.
Okay. In Japan, we have 12 tolls of the bell here at midnight. In Japan on New Year's Eve, 108. 108. It's a Buddhist tradition,
Oh, okay.
and it's banishing human sins. And so they toll bells 108 times on New Year's Eve.
Huh. In 1 minute or
I don't know if there's a
Okay.
timeline. It might take all
Okay.
night. I don't know. I don't think it's. hurry, toll the damn bell. 107. Now get. Thank God. The Buddhist monks are frantic. No, I don't think there's a
okay.
time compression. But
Didn't know if
108
it
's a
had to be
lot.
done right at midnight.
Well, let's say they try to time it right.
Yeah.
How about 108 seconds before midnight they start? Will that make you happy, Carrie?
I might
Even
have
be
to do a little
108
research
minutes.
to find out exactly how this happens.
We go to South America now. We're all throughout South America, including and all the way up to Mexico. In a lot of those countries, they believe your fortune can be told by the color of your underwear for the new
Huh.
year. So on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, I'm not 1,000,000% sure, you wear a colored underwear to try to get that thing. So you would wear red underwear because you're interested in finding love
Oh.
in the ensuing year. You might wear yellow underwear. Why would you do that? What's yellow a very close cousin to color-wise?
Urine.
No,
What?
because you're incontinent. You don't want to pee yourself. That's not
Yeah.
it. Gold. You want to make money,
Oh,
make more money.
gotcha.
Why
That
you wouldn't
should
just
be
wear
green.
gold underwear? I don't know. Well, Carrie, not everybody's money is green. This is in South America where the money is mostly
Oh,
not
that's
green.
true.
Little ethnocentric.
Yeah,
there,
very
Carrie.
ethnocentric.
Yeah, it was. And if you just want peace for the new year, it's white. Classic American tidy whities will
Yeah.
do the trick. So that's a thing,
Huh.
apparently. Again, you may not believe it. but
What
I
color
choose
underwear
to.
was I wearing on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?
I think it's New Year's Eve. I'm not 100% positive. And you were wearing none. So that's, I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to signify. Actually,
I was
do.
wearing underwear, and this is a gross conversation. But I'm trying to remember what color they were.
Okay, I don't remember.
I
actually.
don't either.
So in Germany, they poured lead. So they melt down lead. Apparently, one source said tin, but that doesn't make sense because the German word for this practice is called Bliegeben, and it means lead pouring. So I'm pretty sure it's lead. At least traditionally it's lead. So you have some small pieces of lead from, I don't know, household lead items. You burn them down in a spoon over a candle. Not sure. I hope the spoon is not lead because that wouldn't make sense.
This sounds dangerous and toxic.
It does sound very dangerous. Yes, you're right. And then you pour this melted metal into cold water. And what it does, it creates bizarre shapes. And
Yeah.
the shapes that metal takes indicate what's going to happen to you in the next year. over the next year. So, for instance, if they are round, they form into balls.
Yeah.
That means luck is going to roll your way, which is clever but stupid. And if the shape of a crown comes out, guess what? You're going to be wealthy.
You're going to be the king.
I was thinking that too. It seems like so you're going to join a royal family. You're going to marry royalty. No,
Yeah.
it means you're going to be wealthy. And a cross, if it takes the shape of a cross, what's going to happen?
You're going to join the priesthood.
You're going to die.
Oh.
It indicates death.
I like mine.
Now, I'm
but-
sure this is like tarot cards. So the anyone you know dies that year is like, yep, nailed
Yeah.
it. And a star, what do you think a star means?
You're going to be famous.
Yeah, that's a
You'll
good
be a
guess.
celebrity.
It's a very good guess. Happiness.
Oh.
And you know what, Carrie?
Huh.
A lot of celebrities aren't happy. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you know what the melting point of lead is?
What?
621.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Going to call bullshit on this.
So
At least it's not a candle anyway. It had to be.
maybe there's some central huge furnace that they use. I don't know,
Maybe.
but
It
there's
said, literally the article that I read said candle. A candle.
okay, but
It's not possible.
yeah, what could you be holding that lead in that isn't also going to melt?
Something with a higher burn rate, whatever temperature than lead, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
this story doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm a
Yeah.
little skeptical about this one.
yeah. That's weird.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Danish thing, the plate breaking thing.
Yes.
Was that there are some little other things associated with that. One of the things is that the bigger the pile of broken china you create in front of your friend's door, your family's door, the more luck. So the more plates, just to piss you off a little more,
Yeah.
that you shatter against the doors. You're throwing these against the door. You're gonna mess
Wait,
up
is
their
it
door.
that friend has more luck or the person
Oh,
who broke the plates?
hmm.
I think it's that
Now,
the
I think it's
person
the-
who owns the door.
I don't
because
think
then
it is. I think it's the
The
person.
more plates you get broken means you have more friends.
That makes sense. I don't think it's true though. The
Oh.
way the context makes it seem like it's the other way around, but I like your version better.
Yeah, my version's better.
I do. Another custom in Denmark, though, is jumping off chairs at midnight because this symbolizes sleeping into the new year.
Okay.
So, why not? Have fun, Danish people.
If you had too much to drink, though, that could be dangerous.
You know the whole kiss thing at midnight?
Mm-hmm.
That's not just America.
I didn't think it was.
In fact, in Italy, at least some Italians
Yeah.
take it a little step further.
Uh-oh.
At St. Mark's Square in Venice, they do a massive group kiss on New Year's. Thousands of people will gather in St. Mark's Square and just start making out mass, kind of just a very, very unsafe, COVID unfriendly makeout session in St. Mark's.
I've been there.
Oh my God. It's
I knew
Carrie's
you'd like that.
humble. It's not even a humble brag there. It's
I
the
have an
opposite.
adorable picture of a little girl wearing a striped dress and a super cute little hat, like chasing birds. It should be in an advertisement. It's such a good picture.
Carrie does say so. That also was us two brags in about 30 seconds. Carrie.
I'll have to find it. I will find it and I will post it on the Instagram.
Okay, all right. In Chile.
Wait.
Yes.
And if you're that little girl,
Oh, yeah, please.
send me a DM.
Yeah, because that little girl in Italy is almost certainly listening to our podcast.
And she's a grown up now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that makes the odds overwhelming that she listens to the
Yeah.
podcast. Okay, thanks. I don't think Carrie knows how numbers work. So in Chile, they on New Year's Eve open up their graveyards. So you don't have parties with the living, you party with the dead as well. So
That's
your
nice.
family will go in and celebrate with their dead ancestors. That is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I think so. I hope they don't do the whole kiss thing in Chile because that could get pretty wrong on just so many levels. In Scotland, at least in parts of Scotland, I guess, they will build bonfires and they'll swing poles with fireballs on the end of them.
Ooh, that sounds
It
dangerous.
does sound dangerous. Fun, but dangerous. It's supposed to be, it symbolizes, I guess, the sun, and that sort of is said to purify the coming year, the year to come. Lastly, here for the world tour of New Year's weirdness is similar to the Danish thing, I guess, a little bit, but in South Africa. It says Johannesburg. I don't know if it's just in Johannesburg. On New Year's Eve, they don't just throw dishes at their friends' doors. They throw full-on furniture and appliances out their windows on New Year's Eve.
Why?
People, I don't know. Whatever they want to get rid of is like throwing out the old, make way for the new kind of thing to get a fresh start on the new year.
Wow.
Who cleans that up?
Yeah.
Do you like the trash collectors? Are they expected to go pick up your furniture and appliances outside your
also,
windows?
if you would set it out nicely, then maybe somebody who could use it will pick it up and use it.
Damn right, Carrie. That's a good point. You're a little bit angry at parts of the world. You're angry with Denmark?
Yes.
With Johannesburg?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You know
I
what?
mean, I imagine they have landfill issues too.
Yep. Yeah, don't throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Set it nicely out the window.
Yes.
What if you live in a 5th story? What if you live in a high rise?
Yeah.
It's not practical. So now let's turn to some American dumbness on New Year's, or weirdness, or strangeness, or unusualness. First, we'll start with some historical stuff. It's not really around anymore, but it used to be. Gentlemen callers. So the idea of calling others was a kind of a New Year's thing. It was in Europe and England. It got transported to the United States. In New York for a while, in the late 19th century, it became just overdone. So what happened? I guess parts of the 19th century. So men, young, eligible men would just compete to see how many young ladies they could visit on New Year's. So they'd just be scrambling to every house with a person and visit for 5 minutes and run off to the next house, to the point where it became like a sport and a competition to see how many people could visit on New Year's Day.
Is this just like upper crust people?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
I imagine. I don't know if it's correct, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It started to ran out of steam, say late 19th century. It had kind of fallen out of fashion, and it was replaced by having just New Year's Eve parties. So your friends would all be in one place, which makes
kill a whole bunch of birds with one stone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another one of my favorite customs, I don't think is around that much anymore, but it used to be. It was called dipping. On New Year's Day, you would open a Bible at random, close your eyes, and just point to any part of the page, completely random. And then that biblical phrase, that little chapter and verse, would somehow be interpreted to predict your fortune, good or bad fortune, what's going to happen to you in the next year.
Oh, God.
So I have a Bible right here in my hand. Let's do that right now.
Okay.
Ready? That's the pages.
Those are the pages.
Okay, I'm going to point it. Okay. Oh, okay. I got Genesis 3:16. To the woman, he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. I don't think that applies to me. I feel like I cannot do that. I do like the last part, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll agree. Let me try that again. That didn't seem fair. Let me riffle these pages again. Deuteronomy 28:15 through 19. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow all his commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come on you and overtake you. You will be cursed in the city and cursed in the country. Your basket and your kneading trough will be cursed. And I love my kneading trough. The fruit of your womb will be cursed. Seems fair. Seems fair. Your children should suffer for what you did.
Yeah.
The crops of your land and the calves of your herds and the lambs of your flocks. You will be cursed when you come in and cursed when you go out.
Wow.
So that also does not bode well for me. Let's try one more.
Yeah.
Revelations 8:7. The first angel sounded his trumpet, and there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hurled down on the earth. A third of the earth was burned up. A third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. Oh, you know what? Hold on. My finger slipped. Let's go to the next verse. I'm sure that's much better. The second angel sounded his trumpet, and something like a huge mountain, all ablaze, was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned into blood. A third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. That didn't. You know what? Let me not press my luck. This is not working out for me.
Wow, the Bible sounds like a fun time.
Oh, well, those are just random
You're right.
chapters and verses that I did by dipping.
You didn't tell me you were going to make fun of the Bible in this
I wasn't.
Dean.
I was practicing an age-old New Year's tradition. Absolutely. So there's a few others here in America that used to be, again, these are used to, they're not so popular anymore. One thing, and some of these were in England too, but in the Victorian era, sometimes a mob would go and essentially kidnap someone on New Year's Day and force them to, quote unquote, ride the stang. The stang was a pole. So they put your ass on a pole, just a pole, not comfortable. Not great for the the taint.
Sounds,
not great for the taint should be
like
a t-shirt.
assault.
It absolutely was. in that you did it to people who were were thought to have gotten away with it. They were bad people. Maybe they even were criminals, but hadn't been punished.
Wow.
So the idea was, and what you did, you made them ride on this pole to like a bar, and then they had to pay off the crowd to get off the stang and be let free.
Huh.
So, and it turned into, it was
Sure
kind of
they were riding the top of the pole and not.
no, they were riding
sideways?
the side. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's still not comfortable at all. And again,
very
truly
uncomfortable.
involuntary.
Yeah.
So that didn't last. Another thing was to eat a really gross pie. Mince pies are very popular on Christmas and associated with Christmas, especially in England, but also in America. In some place, we're talking pretty early now. There's I don't know if it was a cookbook or something called Mrs. Bliss, and it had a recipe for a mince pie, and it was to be eaten on New Year's. It's called her New Year's pie, and it included boiled cow's tongue stuffed inside a chicken, stuffed inside a duck, stuffed inside a turkey, stuffed inside a goose.
Oh, so turducken was not original.
And not even as extreme as it could be.
Wow.
The whole thing was then coated in jelly made from beef's feet.
Hooves,
So
yeah.
hooves, essentially.
Gelatin.
Yeah, exactly. This article I read said it called it beef's feet. That's,
Yeah.
Hey, guy. First of all, they're called cows. Second of all, they're hooves.
Yeah.
Third of all, that's gelatin. So
Yeah.
just beef's feet.
But that's how they did it, and it was horrific.
Yeah.
Imagine how that smelled.
So you all those whole gross things stuffed inside each other, and then with something even grosser coated. So that sounds delicious. Let's eat that on New Year's. That should be a tradition. Another thing was you'd play a game called Resolutions, where again this is very upper crusty, I'm sure. So you get together with your friends on New Year's and New Year's Eve, I believe, and you'd write a resolution on a piece of paper, right? You'd then trade them. People would randomly take each other's resolutions, and then they would read the resolution if it was theirs. So the idea was you make it as ridiculous as possible to embarrass, and everybody laughs and titters and things like that.
So they're not real.
They're not real, no.
Resolution. Okay.
And the two examples this article gives are, quote, "I must stop smoking in my sleep," which is weird, but
Ha 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 ha
I
ha.
always say, "I must stop masturbating at the dinner table." Is what it was, "I must walk with my right foot on the left side," which I don't know.
Wow.
I don't think they really got it, but I would.
I mean, are these real examples of old timey resolutions? Because maybe that's what was the humor back then.
They were trying. I think it's more they were trying to be funny and they weren't.
Yeah.
That's what I think it was. I would have written also, "I will believe my year will be foretold by a random Bible verse," and everyone would laugh at how ridiculous that is. There's another thing called, I guess there was a tradition of sending really increasingly strange New Year's cards. Not anymore, but and just weird things with weird images, right? One of them, it got really weird when the company called the Kinney Tobacco Company did these cards with their logo on there and stuff.
Yeah.
But the cards included images of, they'd have like a little kid and have the last year would be on his shirt or something like that. But I don't know, Mr. New Year, the old one at the end of the year, was grabbing the kid and about to throw it into a big pot to make soup from. So they were advocating child cannibalism in my mind. That seems beyond weird. I don't know. So you thought that pie was weird. There's also a Southern dish called Hoppin' John that was traditionally consumed on New Year's in the U.S. for a while. They were supposed to bring you good luck, and it did have indeed black-eyed peas and some other gross things like that. But even gross is something that's celebrated to this day in the U.S. It's celebrated in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where they make, do you know, it's one of you like these, and you have them around Easter time. They're yellow.
Oh, Peeps?
Peeps. Peeps are made in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's in central Pennsylvania. And on New Year's, they have a giant 400-pound Peeps chick. I don't know if it's made out of marshmallow or not. I don't know what it's made out of. But it's dropped on New Year's Eve. Also dropped on December 30th for some reason. So they drop a 400-pound peep on the 30th, and they do it again on the 31st. I don't know if the first is a practice or just so people who have some scheduling issues. I don't know. But the 400-pound peep, I think it's made out of
It's got to be.
marshmallow.
What else would you make it out of?
I don't know, but it sounds gross.
Well, what, it's just To see it go splat or what?
New Year's Eve. Basically, all of the traditions I can find that were, other than the old ones, that are current, that are kind of strange New Year's Eve traditions in the United States,
Yeah.
because we don't do the colored underwear thing or stuff like that, they pretty much all involve dropping something. It's come to, all of our New Year's traditions involve dropping stuff, which is
Yeah.
weird to me and kind of monotonous and sad.
Yeah.
We need to have better ones. So I'll just go through a few because it really does get repetitive. There's the Midnight Muskrat Drive in Princess Anne, Maryland, where they, for some reason, they have a big zip line and they have a stuffed muskrat sent down the zip line to commemorate the new year. So like 10, 9. 8. So instead of dropping a big ball, they have a muskrat go down the zip line at midnight on the 21st. And the muskrat is wearing a cape and a stovepipe hat. For obvious, I don't need to explain that, I'm sure.
No.
There's the Whiskey Row Boot Drop. This is in Prescott, Arizona, where at 10 p.m. and midnight, I think the first for kids maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
They drop a 6-foot lighted boot from a flagpole 40 feet high.
Okay.
So it's the West.
Sure.
Boots. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Moon pies in Mobile, Alabama. They're up a 600-pound, 12-foot tall moon pie on New Year's Eve. They'll get 40,000 people there to watch it in Mobile.
Do they get to eat it afterwards?
I hope not. It's a 600-pound moon pie. And that can't be good. Moon pies are made from
cookies with marshmallow in between, coated in chocolate. They're delicious.
I
love moon pie.
I'm not a huge, even though Carrie is a connoisseur and a great maker of marshmallows. Tell her to start a business. I've been telling her for years. She makes great marshmallows. I'm not a huge marshmallow person.
You know they're great. Have you ever eaten one of my marshmallows?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I have some great salted caramel swirl
I'm sure they're
marshmallows
delicious.
over there.
I'll take your word for it.
Put one in your coffee in the morning, Dean. It's so good.
So, and but this also, by the way, has a kids events. The kids event starts at 11 and ends at 12 noon. And then they have the adult event for midnight.
Okay.
They have a pickle drop in Mount Olive, North Carolina. Because even though it's called Mount Olive, they do pickles.
Like pickles.
And they begin to drop a giant pickle at 7 p.m. And it lands at what time?
Midnight.
No, Carrie.
7:01?
7:30. What the hell is that all about? Why? I don't know. They assume everybody in Mount Olive, North Carolina can't stay up till midnight? I'm not sure. So at 7 p.m., they drop a pickle. It lands at 7:30. People get free pickles. Everybody has a lot of pickle fun. That's worse than Peeps. I hate Peeps.
You would love that.
I would be nowhere near that city. And I'd rather be there? Plymouth, Wisconsin. You know why?
Why?
Well, what is Wisconsin famous for?
Cheese.
Yes. And Plymouth, Wisconsin calls itself the cheese capital of the world, which Plymouth, you need to get over yourself. That's not true. So they drop cheese on New Year's Eve. They give, and I guess it's sponsored by Sartori Cheese. Sartori Cheese, is that a company? Or is there a type of cheese called Sartori Cheese?
Never heard of them.
I think it's a company. I think this is a cheese manufacturer. I'm not positive, though. Our Wisconsin friends, tell us if Sartori is a cheese or a company. We don't know. Kraft, is Kraft a kind of cheese? Or is that just, no, I'm kidding. So they also give cheese to the first 250 families to arrive at the festival on New Year's Eve.
Why would you like this one?
I like cheese. I don't like
lactose
pickles.
Intolerant.
I wouldn't eat that much of the cheese. I'd eat some of the cheese. I would eat none of the pickles and none of the Peeps. I'd eat none of that turkey goose.
What about the moon pie?
I'd have a little bit of the moon pie, but again, I'm not a huge marshmallow fan. I would probably take out most of the marshmallow.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, moon pies are a lot of marshmallow, right?
Yeah.
They're very marshmallow-centric.
Yes.
Yeah, I would want about a sixth of that marshmallow amount, and then I'd be happier.
Okay.
I also like potatoes, so maybe I would go to Boise, Idaho, where, of course, obviously it's about potatoes in Idaho, famous for their potatoes. They have a thing called the Glow-tato, which I guess is some kind of a glowing potato. And it flies in, quote, it flies in to take its perch during the Idaho potato rise, where I guess so instead of dropping a giant potato called Spuddy Buddy, no, I think Spuddy Buddy's a character.
Yeah.
Instead of that, they raise some kind of potato, something. It's very sketchy. I'm not sure. I'll have to go to Boise and find out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
It is. Well, no, you know what? Let's rise things instead of drop things. I'm all for that. Let's change it up. Why not? They drop a golden nugget in Marion, North Carolina. They drop beach balls in Panama City, Florida. 10,000, by the way.
Wow.
And there's like, okay, so they drop 10,000 regular sized beach balls, right? And then at midnight, they drop, you would think a single beach ball, right?
Right.
Wouldn't that be a huge beach ball? 10-foot diameter. It's like, whoa, don't go crazy, Panama City. How about a 100-foot beach ball? Give me a big ass beach ball.
A 10-foot diameter.
No, it's big. I'm not
It's a
denying
huge
that.
beach ball.
But I mean, go big or go home, Panama City.
No, I'm fine with it. That's good. That's adequate.
No, I don't. I need a much, 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 much bigger beach ball. So finally, on New Year's in lovely Port Clinton, Ohio, they drop a walleye. What's a walleye? It's a fish.
Yeah.
It's a game fish. So they drop a 20-foot long, 600-pound walleye. Fake. I'm
course.
assuming because the walleyes don't get anywhere near that large. For the kids, earlier that day, they drop a minnow. Isn't that clever?
Sweet.
I don't know if it's an
Cute.
actual minnow because that's
No.
no one will be able to
I'm
see that,
sure
or a
it's-
giant minnow,
yes.
which is an oxymoron, but
Yeah.
it's something.
Well,
so
it's probably bigger than a real minnow, but
Smaller.
smaller compared to the 20-foot
walleye.
walleye.
I think you're
yes.
probably right. So, and of course, the worst and dumbest American tradition on New Year's Eve is, of course, in Manhattan, in New
Oh.
York City, where they do that stupid lighted ball. I'm so over that. Don't care. Would not want to be there. A million
absolutely not.
people in
Yeah.
Times Square. Times Square is awful on just any night.
And they have to get there like early in the day,
Ugh.
and you can't move out of your spot or you lose it.
Oh my lord!
People wear diapers.
Oh my god!
Because you can't go to the bathroom.
I cannot do that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
So everybody smells like shit and piss.
Yeah.
They're in, many of them are New Yorkers. These
Yeah.
are lots of things wrong with that. Just kidding, New York. So
That's crazy. I wouldn't do that for any amount of
no,
money.
it started in
Well,
1907, as we covered.
I could go for a very long time without going to the bathroom. So if you want to give me $1 million, I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You're like you have a camel's hump for urine. In something like that. I'm not sure if that works right. That
No.
may not be scientific.
It doesn't. Okay.
In 1907, the first time they dropped the ball, as you now know from earlier in the episode here, it was a 700-pound ball and it was lit with 125-watt lights. Like, woo, shit! It's like
Wow.
it's like the sun. So the current, and I don't know when this is written. They didn't have a date on the article, unfortunately. By the way, never put,
Yeah.
today or something like that because that doesn't help. A year
Yeah.
later or 10 years later.
It's amazing how many internet articles are not dated.
It's
Whatsoever.
unbelievably
It drives
dumb.
me crazy.
It's lazy and stupid. It's probably on purpose to make you think it's newer than it really
Yeah.
is. But the most recent one that I had information on, it said it was covered with 2,688 crystals lit by 32,000 LED lights, weighed almost 12,000 pounds, and was 12 foot in diameter. I don't know if that was this recent one that was yesterday or not, but they're big now. It's very garish. It's not fun. It's weird. You have to drop something on New Year's Eve. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So think about it. You make fun of the colored underwear and stuff like that, but we drop big things on New Year's. That's also pretty strange.
Also, what else happens on New Year's Eve?
What happens?
Fireworks.
And what happens to our dog Loki?
He gets very upset and he has to hang out on the stairs.
Very upset. It upsets all you listeners to our podcast who live in our immediate area. Stop doing fireworks because of our dog. Okay. Well, that is the strange and unusual of New Year's.
Thanks,
Carrie.
Dean.
Brought to you here on New Year's Day, unless you didn't upload this at midnight because it's going to be late in the night before we upload it. But please enjoy the rest of the week and the rest of the year and have a great new year.
And let's hope 2023 is better than 2022.
In so many ways. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for listening.
And Happy New Year.
See ya.